What's going on, y'all? What it is. So, before we get started, I just want to say happy Valentine's Day to everyone out there, especially the queens. I hope that you get everything that you deserve, and I hope that you get pampered to the 10th power. And in my estimation, Valentine's Day is just not reserved for people who are married or in relationships. Valentine's Day is for everyone, because when I sit back and I take a look at my journey through life, I've come to the realization that the best love of all is the love that you have for yourself. Now, even though I'm not by myself, if I was by myself, I could make it through this day extremely well. I'm one of those individuals that don't need a significant other or all these friends around me to feel some type of love. I love myself, and that's not coming from a narcissistic place, because I'm far from that. It's just that, I understand who I am as a human being, and there's nothing that can get me down or let me down but myself and God and the man upstairs. But anyway, let's move along. I want to talk about Jaguar Wright, because after Kendrick Lamar performed at the Super Bowl, she came out and said that she feels like that Kendrick is going to be a sacrifice. Guys, I want you to sit back and take a listen to what Jaguar Wright had to say about Kendrick, and then I'll be back to give you my 2 cents.
They're going to try to sacrifice Kendrick.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
I do.
I'm out here on the West Coast. I'm in California. We can't take that right now. We already lost.
I think they're going to try to sacrifice Kendrick.
Don't say that.
I think that's what the Super Bowl is all about.
Oh no. And I don't want to hear you say that, because what you be saying, it be coming to pass. Like we gotta cast that down. we gotta not Kendrick.
He would be the perfect person to remove right now.
Man, that hurt my soul. You hurt my soul this early.
Trust me, they want him gone. They want him gone. He's waking too many people up. He's waking too many people up. He's talking pure facts. People look at Kendrick like he's just another rapper, but the truth is he's an artist who knows how to rap very well. He is an artist first, but he is a true believer in God. He's a Hebrew.
Man, Israelite, right?
Yeah. Think about Bob Marley. What's the difference between Bob Marley and Kendrick Lamar right now? Nothing. They are using their music to enlighten and wake up the world.
And because Kendrick Lamar doesn't seem like he sold his soul. And yet,
well, understand this. That's not true. Anybody who signs that contract, they got you. And people like Kendrick, who are intelligent and smart, started making plans early on to work their way out. The only difference between he and I is that he decided to save art. I decided to save people. What he's doing will save art. He's fighting for art to have a voice. And if people want to look at the crown on his head and not see the fact that he's literally sacrificing his entire career, his personal fame, to save art, to save hip-hop. It's hard to be a extremely intelligent person that's trying to reach people who aren't. You have to find a way to dumb it down enough to make sure they get it. That's not always easy, and it's not an exact science, because your average everyday mind is just not susceptible to brilliance. It's been trained to enjoy stupidity. There's no discipline. There's no imagination. The fact that we have...
Why do you think that they let him, whoever they are, that even Kanye was talking about, why do you think they let him go after Drake?
Because Drake was next in line. And he is the acceptable scapegoat at this time. Just like Diddy is the acceptable monster at this time. People keep forgetting. Everyone thinks like, oh, you're trying to make it all the way to the top of the music business and you're going to be the guy. But then when you make it to the top, you realize the music business isn't the top. It's just another department in a much larger house. So once you get to the head of the department, you realize you got to make it to the top of the corporation. And then you make it to the top of the corporation and find out there's a voice from the ceiling that tells you and them what to do. See, the quest for the top is so seductive and elusive? Because the truth is it's unobtainable. Because even if you did make it all the way to the top, you would find out that what they were really afraid of are the people. See, power is afraid of people. It uses people. It needs people. It feeds on people's energy. It routes it the way it wants it to go. But if power loses control of people, then people become the threat. And then what happens to power? All people have to do is say no. That's it, collectively. United. See, that's what they work so hard to fight. That's why a troll's greatest mission, first and last, is no matter what, on the way in, on the way out, create division.
All right, so you guys just heard all of that. So first and foremost, I think that Jaguar should refrain from making those type of comments. We don't want to wish any bad luck on Kendrick Lamar. Although I do understand where she's coming from, at the end of the day, he deserves to be protected at all costs. Now, you guys know where I stand when it comes to Drake and Kendrick Lamar. I'm not a fan of either. I've never bought either of their albums ever, never. But I have started to listen to Kendrick Lamar and go through his discography to see what everybody is getting from Kendrick, because based off of his halftime performance, I think the message that he exuded on that global national stage was nothing short of a masterpiece, right? I'm just keeping it real. Now, I will say, as a person that studies Malcolm X through and through, there's nothing that Kendrick has said. There's no hidden messages that he's put out there that I haven't gotten from Malcolm X, all right? I'm just keeping it all the way 100, because with Malcolm X, you didn't have to go on an Easter egg hunt to find all of these hidden messages. He just told you straight up what the deal was. Now, trust and believe me, I'm not trying to compare the two, because one is an artist slash activist in Kendrick, and Malcolm was just a straight up beast as an activist. He was the type of guy that was like, yo, this is what it is, and F your feelings. And see, I resonate more with that type of messaging. But when I sit back and just think about it more and more, and I'm talking about Kendrick's halftime performance, the unmitigated gall, and I'm saying that in a good way, for him to get on that national stage and actually do what he did, I have a new profound respect for Kendrick Lamar. I'm just keeping it all the way 100. I'm still iffy on the music. I'm going through his discography, though, to see if I can get what some of y'all are getting from it. But at the end of the day, I'm paying attention to this brother because I just love the fact that he got out there and he did his thing. And listen, he's facing all types of criticism and things like that. And a lot of people just want it to be entertained. It's the Super Bowl. They want to see a lot of theatrics, but that is not what Kendrick gave. He took the time and the opportunity and the stage to talk to his people. Now, I do want to say this in closing. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar because he's crushing the views as it pertains to YouTube. His Super Bowl halftime performance is now at 55 million and it's only been 4 days. And Usher did the Super Bowl last year, of course, and he's stuck at 33 million views. But I will say this, I believe the ops is looking at Kendrick's performance because a lot of people are talking about the messaging, and people in middle America, the South, you know what type of people I'm talking about. I don't have to go into deep detail. They are watching this Super Bowl because they are trying to see for themselves the messaging throughout this whole performance. They're trying to gather whatever they can from it as well, because when you look at it in its totality and everybody that's coming out really going against Kendrick and his performance, they deem this to be a threat because he's trying to uplift and enlighten his people. But anyway, I'm gonna let this go right here. I want you guys to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about everything that was discussed within this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and if you're new here, consider subbing to the channel. I'll get with you guys later. Peace.